Does anybody remember this meme? Hello everyone, it's Jay, and today I want to talk about Cybergoth. What happened to the culture? Cybergoth was a trend that I was really interested in the 2010s. It's definitely a unique trend to talk about because it brought a futuristic look to Gothic fashion. And it's also something that I've really wanted to talk about for some time now. So if you happen to like my content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below on what you think, and let's get into the video. The Cybergoth trend originated in the late 80s alongside role-playing, but I do think it actually originated a little bit before that time. I mean, you started to see the fashion trend in movies like Blade Runner in the 1980s, as well as RoboCop in 1987. Combining the rave culture alongside the Gothic culture would present a futuristic look. And I have to say, it's a very unique look, and I absolutely love it, and I think it should be in more pop culture. Grimes is one artist that is actually shedding some light on the culture, and I really thank her for doing so. I mean, just check out this video and you'll see that some of the elements of the cybergothic culture lie in her music video. But moving on, the actual cybergoth phenomenon didn't really take off until the late 90s, alongside the gothic fashion of 90s films, as well as grunge and nu metal. This was also whenever techno and trance was being pushed heavily in the industry. So you started to see more of a rave culture. Just check this picture out of deadmau5 from the 90s. You can see he has the rave drip as well as the parachute pants from that time period. And I don't know what type of wallet chain thing he has going on, but it's very interesting, and I really would like to see that brought back. Movies like Hackers in 1995 or The Matrix in 1999 took that trend of cybergoth and accessorized it in the most maximum potential that it could be. And you could say that cybergoth used futuristic elements similar to steampunk. You had the goggles, the gas masks, the dreads, all the neon colors, and the really tall boots. In the 2000s, techno started to go more dark and industrial. This was to suit how dark music was getting, but also to suit the cybergothic trend. I mean, the club scene from the Matrix Revolutions really shined a light on how the industry was changing. Now, around that time, you started to see artists like Terror Error, Extise, and Sam. DJ Spook would be another one, all setting a new trend in dancing for the cybergothic culture. In the 2010s, cybergoth had grown to such a huge point that you started to see people show off their dance moves as well as their style on YouTube. Around this time, I was watching so many videos of just like the cybergothic culture that it just blew me away. And I was also listening to a lot of the music, and my brother hated me for it, but I just love that type of like industrial sound. I mean, just take a look at this video. A lot of these videos were made in the public eye, usually at parks or the mall, which honestly takes a lot of fucking balls. I would say that doing this type of stuff in public really showcased what cybergoth was and how powerful it can be. Now, around that time period, there were also more dancing contests for the cybergothic culture. Who had the best dance moves? Who had the best style? Just check this video out. Now, a lot of these videos that I'm showcasing is stuff that I've had saved for years in playlists. I always like to go back in time and just see where things have evolved. I would say that a good representation of these dancing contests would be NGS or for next generation society. Try saying that 3 times fast. They would have multiple contests on their channel, and I highly suggest checking them out. Cybergoth has grown to a wide community, but I never really see it being brought to light as much as it used to be. It literally used to be everywhere. Back in my mall rat days, you would walk into the mall and there was always 2 out of 5 kids in the scene group that you were associated with that knew about Cybergoth and actually represented it very well. They would have the rave aesthetic, the fluffy neon leggings, and the biohazard goggles. Now, the community of Cybergoth isn't really dead, it's just not as popular as it used to be. However, it does live within TikTok, as well as Instagram. I highly suggest checking either one of those platforms out if you want to learn more about Cybergoth and its fashion trends. I honestly hope that this trend comes back in movies because it does bring a more unique feel in futuristic films. I mean, Blade Runner really popped off for that matter. And Cyberpunk 2077 also used some of its styling in its gameplay. Cybergoth is one trend that I love the most. The bright neon colors and futuristic gas masks really changed the scene, and I would say changed the genres of techno and metal to a more dark industrial sound that we hear in artists today like Ghostmane. This will be the end of my video. Cybergoth is one trend that I have followed since the 2010s, and I really love the aesthetic of it all. But if you found this video to be interesting, make sure to leave a comment down below on what you think, and I'm out.